Why did you go to Sachin?
Back in 2014, I was looking for some answers. I was generally overworked. I was doing lots of work at office, still under a lot of stress. I was spending a lot of money on my holidays with my family, taking them out for dinners and everything. But still, there was a feeling of not having a fulsome life. So that's why I was looking for some answer, and that's when I approached Sachin.
What difference has Sachin made?
Sachin has made huge differences in last 2 years. Quite dramatic, I guess. My wife is can vouch for that, I suppose. But one of the key difference Sachin has made is he's helped me realize a few things that I was not even aware of. Um, but the key one I'll nominate is got me into this whole rhythm of leading a daily or a weekly or annual life, I suppose, is about around goals. I know what I'm doing. I have a purpose in life, and I work towards that purpose, whether it's for upliftment of my family life, or being better at work, or contributing more towards social and community life. So that those are the key differences. So he's got me whole into this work and into this new way of leading life, which is around goals and purposefulness.
Would you mind sharing some of the achievements you've had since working with Sachin?
Um, I can name many, but I think I'll name a few key ones from last year, and a few key from this year. So last year, my job was under threat. My company was going through restructuring, and my job was under risk. So a normal Vinay, a previous Vinay, would have actually left the job and would have gone and found a new job, I suppose. But this time I decided to actually fight through, and actually I presented my case to the board of directors and actually said, I think you made a wrong decision over here. Presented my case quite nicely, calmly, and on the back of it, I actually achieved, not just got my job, I had a really good year. I actually earned a bonus as well last year. So it turned out to be quite a dramatically opposite year at the end. The second one from last year is during the same time, I also, instead of staying low and staying collected, I guess, within and actually securing your finances, I actually went bullish, and I actually bought a new property for myself in UK. So I'm now not just an owner of a house, I guess. I'm a landlord as well. So I got a second property in UK. So that's again very unusual for me, and my parents, my family was surprised that at one point you were under, my job was under stress, and on the other end, I not just achieved a good year and a bonus, but also buy a new property in the same year. This year, it's been fantastic. It's quite different now. So unlike previous year where goals were commercial, I think this year was pretty much about sharpening myself. I'm spending a lot more time with my family, my little one and the elder daughter. But there are a few other things that I have achieved. For example, this is the first year I actually ran for charity, and I ran 10 kilometers for the first time in my life, and I raised £1,100. This is fantastic. I worked for 8 months, and then finally I ran for a race. This is such an achievement. My whole family, my wife, my daughter and my parents, all are proud of me. The second is, for the first time in life, I'm speaking. I decided that at the beginning of the year I want to speak at a industry event. I started with speaking at a local community events, 20 odd people, but I have so far, not just that, I'm now speaking at industry leading events. I have been invited to speak in America. I've been invited to speak in Geneva in December, and I've spoken already at London as well this summer as well. So this is very different from Vinay I knew myself, and I could not have imagined that I'll be doing this when I'm 40. So this is really good. So I'm very proud of how I went about this, I think, and I can actually attribute a lot of this to the way I'm working with Sachin and how subtly he has managed to mold me into a new, different Vinay. Thanks.